Here we start off with 18 pounds of ribeye roast. 18 pounds. It's kind of a large for a holiday roast, however, it should not matter. If you're going to try to do a ribeye roast, you want at least 8 pounds. So what we do first is we take out the meat, and it's important that we have to wash the meat. Wash all that stuff off from the butcher. And then after that, once it's washed, we put it in a nice pan and put some olive oil, at least a cup or half a cup, should be fine. Slap the olive oil all around it. And then, after that, we're ready to season it. What we use is sea salt, cracked pepper, and a little bit of brown sugar, pepper, paprika, granulated garlic, onion, and celery. That is what you're looking at here. So after you olive oil the whole thing up, slap it on there like a, like a Greek man at the beach, and then you sprinkle a ton of seasonings all over it. And after you sprinkle that, you pretty much massage it all over the meat. And that's what you're looking at here. A perfectly rubbed down roast. You usually want to put some on the sides as well. So that's how you get to this stage. The next stage will be basically preheating the oven to 450 degrees and sting it in uncovered for about 30 minutes. Lower the heat and put it in for the allotted amount of time. Of course, a temperature gauge or a temperature probe will help you to find the internal temperature. You want it to reach 125 to 130. We'll get to the next step after that. So what you want to do next is basically take the roast and let it sit out of the refrigerator for at least 2 hours. You want this roast to be at room temperature before you put it into the oven. This roast has been sitting for a couple of hours, and as you can see, we have our oven preheating to 450 degrees. So once this oven has preheated and is readily at that temperature, what we're going to do is slap this sucker into the oven and let it roast in there at that temperature for about 30 minutes. 15 to 30 minutes. Get a nice char going on. And then after that, we're going to place the temperature down to 375. And like I said earlier, what you want to do is calculate about 15 to 18 minutes per pound for that medium rare. We'll see how this goes. Okay, so she's been at 475 for about 15 minutes. Now we drop the temperature down to 325. And at that initial rate, we were giving it a nice little char. Sorry about the dirty looking oven. Anyways, at this point it's smooth sailing. We're looking at basically setting it, this 18 pounder, we're setting it at 325 and letting it sit in that oven at that temperature until, well, it's going to be about 4.5 hours. And then we'll check the temperature and the internal temperature, and it should be somewhere around 120 degrees. And then we'll take it out and let it rest. Here we are. Oof. And we're ready to take this sucker out and let it sit for a good 20 minutes. So once you get it out, it should look something like this. Now you want to pull it to the side and cut out the rib portions. You can make the beef ribs for something else, but this is what you really want. Cutting into it, towards the ends you're going to have more of a medium well, and then towards the center it's going to be medium rare, which is everybody's happy here. And there you go.